we highly recommend the Ferris mowers. Okay, so I'm in the shed. There's the Lightning. I have the frunk open because I'm using tools to put new blades. I've got 3 new blades for this Ferris mower. An IS 2100Z. This is an amazing mower. Full suspension on front and back. It is incredibly smooth to drive. And my wife suffered from a neck injury for many, many years. And regular ride-on mowers were so rough that she couldn't mow the lawn. And our daughter-in-law worked at a dealership down in the States before she married our son. And she introduced us to these Ferris mowers. And this is the second one that we've purchased. The one is Tyler and Tasha use at their main yard. That's the one that we purchased while they were dating. And then we picked up another one. Anyway, they're an unbelievable mower. They're definitely a commercial type mower. There's nowhere on this mower that says, do not step here. Everything is made out of heavy, heavy plate steel. You can step anywhere you want, and you're not going to bend anything, and you're not going to break anything. And it's so smooth when you're turning, and it's a zero turn mower, obviously with those steering rods, handles, that it almost feels like a hovercraft. When you come in hard into a corner and slow down and turn, the whole thing settles down and then comes up, and you curve around just like you're in a hovercraft because of the suspension. It is just a joy to drive. So I'm going to put the new blades on it, and then we'll do a little bit of a demo. We're in the shed here with all of the batteries and the solar inverters and the electric bikes. Anyway, so I'll put on the new blades, and then we'll see what she does. So these old blades had been sharpened several times in the past, and they're worn right through on the ends, and the blades have become very, very thin and a little bit shorter than they should be because the ends have worn off a bit. So I will take them off and recycle them and put on new blades. Okay, 3 new blades all installed. And then I scraped out most of the old grass. I'll scrape out a little bit more, get it all cleaned up and ready to go. Tammy loves mowing her lawn, but she likes a nice sharp mower. This is all the old grass that's stuck up in there. Anyway, so we'll get her cleaned up and ready to go. So normally Tammy has to cut it 2 or 3 times because the blades were getting so bad. But I just did 1 pass over it, and it was way, like it was getting pretty tall. And it just shaved it off. Beautiful. 1 pass with the new blades, and it looks amazing. Tammy's been doing a fabulous job of planting flowers, and she does all the yard work. I help just a very little bit. But anyway, I do spread fertilizer on the lawn with the giant tractor and the spreader. The sun's going down. We got a beautiful sunset behind the trees there. So far, all the pivots that I started this morning are still running, which is awesome. Hopefully they'll make it through the night. Anyway, it's a beautiful night, and Tammy will be very glad to have the new blades on her mower. There are a few fires, not right near us, but up north in Saskatchewan, and that's probably adding a little bit to the color. But it's a beautiful sunset. The big old horse is out there beyond the solar panels, and the beautiful sun going down, and awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So if you're ever getting serious about a mower, we highly recommend the Ferris mowers. This one isn't as wide as the one that that Tyler and Tasha are running, but they're both very capable of cutting a lot of grass in a day, and they're very comfortable. You can put that roll bar up, but because we're always cutting under trees, that just gets whacked. Anyway, beautiful mower, does an amazing job.